One-Dimensional Man Revisited. What The Catcher in the Rye, The Affluent Society, and One-Dimensional Man have in common is the critique of the post-war America, with an emphasis on its consumerist forma mentis. Salinger, Kenneth Galbraith, and Marcuse reasoned with their time. The affluent society created the one-dimensional man, that adult which Holden Caulfield didn't want to become one day. The advertising industry that created in those decades the one-dimensional man never stopped to flourish, and what we have today is its exacerbation so masterfully captured in Shoshana Zuboff's book, The Age of Surveillance Capitalism. Only that alienation, as Marcuse describes it in One-Dimensional Man, has modified in the past 4 decades, and especially after the arrival of the Internet. Today's one-dimensional man is a consumer, all right, and a furibund one, but of virtual digital content. The one-dimensional man of the 20th century lives in a smart home, utilizes smart devices, projects an everyday smarter existence. His divorce is more and more from the real world into a virtual world. He has a real identity and a virtual one, or multiple virtual ones on social platforms and the internet. This split adds new dimensions to alienation of consumerism alone. From the affluent society to the free market economy, in a few decades, the one-dimensional man found himself deprived of the very purchase power he used to have in the 50s, 60s, and even 70s, so his material happiness can hardly be bought today. We live in free market economy societies, but the access of the great majority to this affluence is debatable. The one-dimensional man of today is the man ruled or empowered by technology, a technology that not simply enhances him and extends him, but the great danger is that he will become the extension of this technology. He will be made in the image of the robot, a subject mastered by AI. The one-dimensional man of the 21st century is a digital man, over-dependent on his digital gadgets. His behavior is modified and manipulated by surveillance capitalism on all the digital devices he utilizes in everyday life: smartphone, tablet, laptop, smart appliances, car. Homo digitalis is primarily a user of gadgets, hence his one dimension in the 21st century. His material consumption is in the first and last place of digital devices. What the proletariat, the one-dimensional man, and the growing ranks of precariat have in common is alienation in a form or another. The consumerist forma mentis of Kenneth Galbraith and Marcuse's affluent society is today to be found, not anymore in the buyer but in the seller, in all aspects described by Shoshana Zuboff in The Age of Surveillance Capitalism. The contradiction of our times is in the shrinking ranks of consumers with purchase power and the exacerbated industry of advertisements for goods and services. So new forms of alienation take shape in the 21st century man, the alienation from material consumption as evidence of a weak purchase power. A society in which everything is for sale, happiness can be bought, but only 1% can fully afford it. This gives alienation in the information age its contradictory character. All the market indicators are in favor of consumption, at least in what advertisement is concerned, yet larger sectors of populations around the globe are alienated from this consumption. Yet, the information age man is one-dimensional in what immaterial digital content is concerned. The Internet, a virtual free market, is saturated with digital content that we download frenetically for daily consumption. Alienation also from man's creative faculties, as creativity is mostly developed today in the free market economy, financialism, and technological innovations. Can Homo digitalis recover his creative abilities in the fields of art, ethics, and philosophy in the 21st century without giving up his digital extensions? That's a question to be answered once the growing ranks of precariat regained their dignity in the job market and can genuinely participate in the creation of material and spiritual values in today's world.